Hi, my name is Don, owner of the Nation's Attic, located in Wichita, Kansas, and today we have for sale probably one of the most beautiful, in my opinion, original diving helmets for sale. This is an Schrader & Son 3-light 12-bolt example, and we found this helmet in Long Island, New York. Now, the helmet was originally made in New York, and it's quite possible it had been there most of its entire life as a working commercial helmet. But this helmet just has the look, the feel of something that's untouched, and that's what I really enjoy about finding these helmets, is ones that just virtually nobody's ever tried to polish it, do anything to it other than keep it the way it is. Now, as I mentioned, 3 lights, meaning there is 3 windows for the diver to look out on top, and then 12 bolts here along the outside of the breastplate. The helmet has its original identification plate, and we'll show a close-up of that here in just a minute. But as I mentioned, this helmet was certainly used. It's got plenty of working dents on the top, but there's no holes or anything like that. It just has that dark, rich patina that we'd love to find. Original non-return valve on the back. So just a helmet that on display looks like something that was certainly used over 100 years ago and is still kept in original, wonderful condition. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to show some close-up areas of this helmet. Let you take a better look at it. Okay, we're going to take a little closer look at a few of the aspects of this helmet. As you can see, and I'm going to go all the way around it, but this helmet just has a wonderful look to it. And I hate to stress it over and over, but it really does just have a wonderful, dark, rich patina to it. Unmistakable. As we go up here to the very top of the helmet, to the bonnet, you can see it has its working dents, but none of them have penetrated that copper body. It's just the typical working dents you'd expect from a commercial helmet of this age. But certainly, fantastic looking. If you run your hand over it, you can just tell, none of this is something that's damaged from shipping or anything like that. This is just honest working dents up there. As we go on down the very front of it here, now this, the window on the front, these thread off. And this one comes on and off with ease. It is missing the knob right there. So we've got the top original piece, and this one here is missing. If somebody wanted to, you could have a duplicate of this made. But originally, a lot of times, sometimes they would take maybe a bar, something like that, to twist off the front. And so these would come off. But other than that, the helmet is just a nice complete example. If we go around the top, you can see we've got the we did replace the glass on this, so that's why this glass on that side looks very clear. And we do have twisted off broken screws that are present, but the guard is there intact, in good shape. If we go around here, this might have been added after the helmet was made, but it would be period. So maybe they added this, which is a communications fitting. You can see the old wire still present right there. So maybe they added that shortly after, but you can see the welding, things like that. Now, interestingly enough, inside the bonnet, the original transceiver is still there. Now, it's not like a transceiver, say in a Mark V that you typically see. This transceiver looks like telephone headset receiver. It's very crude. You've still got leather. It's quite a big piece in there, but it's still in there. So interesting part that's still intact with the helmet. We've got the non-return valve right here, still intact and present. This air fitting is pushed in just a little bit, but not severely. If we zoom in right here, we can see this original chain, and then we've got a loop right here. Now, this was a safety, essentially about the only safety mechanism on this helmet. Now, it's missing now, but there was a small brass pin that would have been on the end of this chain. It would have went through this loop and came down. So, and this pin would have been in this position, preventing the top of the helmet from unthreading while the diver was working. So that would be an easy thing if you wanted to put a pin back on there. If we go on back around here, original exhaust valve still present. Now if we go on down to the front here, the original identification plate here, this allows us to somewhat date the helmet. As we mentioned, this helmet was made between 1905 and 1913. We know that because Schrader
changed their tags over the years to fit how the business changed. But from that time period, this tag, they would say New York, USA on the bottom. There's also a serial number here, but this New York portion of the tag allows us to date it to that specific time period. If we scroll on out, the 4 original brails, which are fairly unique to Schrader helmets, all 4 of those are intact, and then we have all 12 of the wing nuts are present as well, especially these correct flanged wing nuts at the 4 intersections of the brails. So all of that is intact. Everything has a great patina to it. As you can see here along the bottom of the back of the breastplate, it just looks great. This is a good time here to take a look at the neck ring area. A vintage gasket is still present, but you can see where parts of that old leather gasket have come apart, so you got a little bit of a gap right here. But just to have the original gasket still in place is amazing. So as you can see, as I mentioned before, fantastic patina. Great looking helmet. It's a classic design, one certainly to impress just about anybody. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call, email, or text. Phone number is 316-371-1828. Our email address is helmets@nationsaddict.com. Thank you.